of God.
For your own soul's sake.
That's why the Bible is redundant. The Lord says things over and over because we're stiff-necked, hard-headed people.
Calm down and listen to one another. And more importantly, listen to this Bible. Right? Okay, watch this.
But in this last day, the Most High is raising up the true prophets of God.
All praise.
Question I'm asking. That nation is so great, like the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that has gone so nigh unto them.
The laws of God is the light that we gotta let shine before men.
They are of the seed of Ham. So there's a distinction. We're proving, white scholars know that we are not Africans.
Right.
They know that.
Right.
They know that we are Jews.
Right.
They know that we are Israelites. They know that we are God's chosen people.
Right.
They know that. Now, let's go back. Let's get Exodus 11 and 7. Come on, let's bring it out.
Exodus chapter 11 and verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue.
So God said, against any of these tribes shall not a dog, meaning the other nations, move their tongue. God said, you other nations better not say nothing bad about my people.
Right.
Read.
Against man or beast.
You better not say nothing against them or their animals. Read.
That ye may know how that the Lord that put a difference.
God has put a difference. There is a difference between who?
Between the Egyptians and Israel.
How different? How different? We just read that Egyptians come from who? We just read it. Ham. They are Africans. Africans and Israelites are different. How different are they? When you really look at the true Africans, they drink cow's blood. They drink cow piss. Somebody bring up some photos. They put it all over their body. They put the plates in their lips. The women put those rings around their neck to stretch their necks out. Our sisters don't do that. They have sex with animals.
Right.
That's the stuff that they do. We don't do that. But guess what? When we were in Egypt as slaves, let's get that. Let's get that history. Let's get into Exodus. Chapter 1, let's start at verse 10. We learned those behaviors in Egypt. Why? Because we were slaves under the Egyptians for 400 years. Show them the example of what Africans do. Got the plates in the lip. They put their hands in cows' butts. They have sex with cows. We don't do stuff like that, Lionel. Riley, we don't do stuff like that. Watch this. Read.
Exodus chapter 1 and verse 9. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we.
The Egyptians said these Israelites are growing way too fast. They're multiplying at a fast rate. Read.
Come on, let us deal wisely with them.
So Pharaoh said, let us deal wisely with them, meaning evil. They wanted to kill us off. Read.
Lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when they fall it out any war, they join also unto our enemies, and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land.
So he said, Pharaoh said, look, let's deal wisely with them, because if they multiply more and more, if they outnumber us, they'll start to become allies with our enemies. And when war breaks out, guess whose side they're going to be on? They're going to be on their side. And we're going to be outnumbered even more. Let's see how they dealt wisely with it. These are the Africans. And guess what? We're going to touch on the topic that's relevant today. Watch this. Read.
Therefore did they set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens.
So guess who built those pyramids over in Egypt? The Israelites, not the Africans. We did. Because when you examine their Egyptian tombs, they tell the story of how Egypt was built. They have images of us building their pyramids. Right? There's a book that says that There was a archaeologist who studied the skulls of Africans and Israelites, and he said the skulls were different, which proves that we're not the same people. Right? The scholars know this. Read.
And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses.
So those treasure cities, which is called the Valley of the Kings, Pithom and Ramses, we built those treasures and those archaeological structures. Read.
But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew.
So we don't die, we multiply.
That's right.
Look at slavery. In slavery, they had us picking 500 pounds of cotton a day. They was whipping our backsides, and guess what? We was producing children at a rapid rate. They turned males into whoremongers. They turned our sisters into basically prostitutes because they needed the slave labor. Read.
And they were grieved because of the children of Israel.
Read on.
And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor.
Now watch this. I'm going to show you that there's something that's happening today that they was doing thousands of years before. Watch this. Read.
And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage.
Matter of fact, jump to verse 15.
And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of the one was Shiphrah, and the name of the other Puah.
So Pharaoh went to two sisters. He said, look, I'm going to give y'all an ultimatum. Y'all are going way too fast. This is what he did. Read.
And he said, when you do the office of a midwife,
He said, when you're delivering children, read, to the hope. I need y'all to pay attention. I need you to pay attention, Lionel. This is heavy. Read.
and he said, when you do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew woman,
To the Hebrew women, read.
and see them upon the stools, if it be a son,
So if you see a male child about to be born, what do you do to it?
then you shall kill him.
You shall do what?
Kill him.
Read.
But if it be a daughter, then she shall live.
So it says, if you see a man child that's about to be born, kill it. What is that called? What is it called today? It's called abortion. What happened yesterday? You didn't see the news? How the U.S. Yeah, they just abolished abortion. They was doing that thousands of years. They've been killing us off, and I'm pretty sure you're privy to this information. They've been killing us off. J. Edgar Hoover said this. He said the greatest threat to America is Negro unity.
That's right.
When the black man unifies, they scared. You know why? Because they know that there's power in numbers. They know that we're stronger than them. But they also know that there's a God that works with us, bro.
Right.
They know that there's a God that works with us. Right? Think about all the slave revolts. They was afraid. How is it that a slave plantation can have 500? How old are you, Zach? I mean, how tall are you? Zach is 6'5", probably what, 220. He's 6'5", 220. It's brothers, 500 of it. It's 500 of him on one plantation being controlled by a white man the size of this young boy right here.
Bring it out.
About his height. Scared of him. When he come around, Master coming, y'all, he his height. But you got a bunch of 6'5", 220 bucks working the plantation. How was that happen? God took the power from us. He took that power from us. Because when the nation saw that we was unified, they couldn't stop us. We was going through nations, slaughtering them.
Right.
They knew us. They said, oh, y'all them people that came through the Red Sea that God delivered. That's the power of us. Let's go back to Joel. Read.
Joel chapter 3 and verse 4. Yea, and what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon,
What have you to do with me, O African nations? Read.
and all the coasts of Palestine?
And all those Arabs. So now we're talking about Africans and Arabs. What do the Africans and the Arabs have in common? Read.
Will you render me a recompense?
God is asking the Arabs and the Africans, are you going to pay me back because I chose Israel over you? Read.
And if you recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head.
How did they try to recompense God? By putting us in slavery. And God said, oh, you think you hurting me? Tisk, tisk, tisk. I got something for you. My judgment is a lot more painful.
That's right.
And it's a lot more it's a lot more, it's going to burn a lot.
That's right.
That's what God said. Read.
Because you have taken my silver and my gold.
We are the silver and gold in God's eyes.
Right.
He said, you took my silver and my gold. Read.
And have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things.
And God said, you took my gold out of my temples and you put it in your temples and gave it to your false gods. That's what the Africans and the Arabs did. Read.
The children also of Judah.
It says the children also of Judah. Who is that talking about? You so-called American blacks, you West Indians, and you Haitians.
That's right.
He allowed the Arabs first to put us into what's called the sub-Saharan slave trade.
First slave master was Pharaoh. All right?
What's who?
Pharaoh. The Arabs were African, brother, at one point in time.
Okay, we already went over that information, bro. Read.
The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem.
And the children of Jerusalem, read.
Have you sold unto the Grecians?
It says then the Arabs had us in slavery. The Arabs sold us to the Africans. And then the Africans sold us into the white man. That's how we got over here in America. Okay? That's what we need to understand. So if we have any brothers or sisters that's into that Islamic faith, you got to come out of that.
That's right.
Because that's not your history. That's not your history.
How you got a version of something? Where's me the other version?
Where's the prophecy in the Quran? Bring it out. Bring out the prophecy in the Quran. Bring out the prophecy in the Quran. Bring out the prophecy in the Quran.
Y'all got to read your book. The prophecy is the Quran.
Deuteronomy 28:68.
Your book is written by
the Bible.
Can
The
you?
Quran is trash. There is no prophecy in the Quran. Read.
That's the white man Bible you read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with
Exodus 22. Now prove what Egypt is. Now
The whole match did up here.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Out of the house of bondage. Why? Because Egypt had all nations at that time under their bondage. Egypt was known as the house of bondage. Go back to Deuteronomy 28:68.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Meaning the first time we went into Egypt, we walked. Moses prophesying at this time, when I bring you into Egypt again, you're going to go by way of ships. Cargo slave ships. Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Moses said, the way that I'm explaining it to you, that's how it's going to happen. Read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
And the homeland Jerusalem, you're not going to see it anymore. Read.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
It says when you get to that new land, Egypt, which is America, you're going to be what?
Sold unto your enemies.
It says you're going to be sold unto your enemies. Hey, brother, I got a question to ask you. Who took us out of the western coast of Africa? What nation of people? Who? No. Who took us out of the western coast of Africa?
Who put your book together, bro?
The white people.
Who put your book together, bro?
God put my book together.
That's right.
Get Exodus 31.
So
Get Exodus 31.
So
Get Exodus 31.
Bro.
Come on, bro.
So why is
bro,
it- why you
Allah is
translation?
trash. The Quran is trash, bro.
Yes,
Come on.
right.
We've been
Yes,
doing this too
right.
long, bro.
You read the
We've been
English,
doing this too long. Come on.
That's right.
31
Way more
and
Muslims up here than
18.
it is
No.
y'all. And y'all disrespectful with y'all. And the slaves were
It
Muslims.
says it was written with the fingers of God. 18. Come on.
Kente was Muslim.
Exodus chapter 31 and verse 18.
Kunta Kinte was an Israelite. Read.
And he gave unto Moses, when he had made an end of the communion with him, upon Mount Sinai, 2 tables of testimony.
So God gave Moses 2 tables of testimony, and it was written by who?
Tables of stone written with the finger of God.
It was written with the finger of God. Nothing can trump the Bible. Give me Isaiah 34:16. Give me Isaiah 34:16, and then we're going to wrap it up soon.
Y'all got one low. Y'all can't even go over African like that.
There's no prophecy in the Quran, and you have yet to produce a code. Bro, I've read the Quran. The Quran even mentions the children of Israel as the chosen people of God.
Isaiah chapter 34 and verse 16.
gotta
Seek
talk real because you
ye
wanna hide
out
it.
of the Lord.
That's English,
Seek
bro.
ye out of the
English.
book of the Lord.
Yo, seek ye out of the
How
Quran.
you gonna
Seek ye out
English,
of the
man?
book of the Lord.
Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and do what?
That's the
And
book of the
read.
Lord.
That's right.
That's the book of the Lord.
No,
bro.
one thee shall
You got
fail.
the King
It
James
says
version,
no
though,
prophets, no prophecy in the Bible
Yeah, you
shall
got a
fail.
version.
There's no prophecy in the Quran. So therefore the Quran is a failure. Read.
So that means that
None of these shall fail.
Uh-huh.
None shall want her made.
You cannot make the Bible with the Quran. You
Yo,
can't make the Bible with the
the Quran is far
Kabbalah.
more-
He's
I
talking
don't need
about
a
the
book. I
Torah.
don't need
The
a book.
Torah just means the
You
first
need a
five
book.
books
I
of
know
the
the
Bible.
Quran by heart in Arabic and in English. You need a book, bro.
Right.
I'm already better than you.
Bro, do you
Knock
smoke
it off.
cigarettes?
If you, I don't smoke cigarettes, bro.
Do you drink? Do you get
I
drunk?
don't. No. Do I look like I do? My
I'm asking.
I look way better than you. So
I'm
I'm gonna
asking.
ask
That's fine. I'm just asking you a
I'm done with
question.
you, bro.
No, I'm done with the Quran. Read.
Bring it up.
You
For
got
my
a
mouth
Bible. You
had
a black man
commanded,
with a
and the
Bible.
spirit
You
that
look
had
stupid,
gathered
bro.
them.
Like, come on. Why y'all black talk about y'all Hebrew?
This is
You're
the
in
point that I'm
Bible.
making.
The
Quran is
Bible.
trash. The Quran is
Bro,
trash.
your King James
The
version
Quran
was
is
made by
trash.
King James who wrote demonology.
King James was an Israelite. Yeah,
Yeah.
So, hey, Amina, give me the dictionary, please. Let's bring out KJV.
English, you don't even have English.
Okay,
is
what
garbage,
you got the
bro.
lighter for?
Bro, because it's for instance, fool. The same way y'all got y'all lighter, man.
Oh, okay, all right.
Look, I look,
Okay,
bro.
all right.
Bro, I'm
Give
40
me the
years
King
old.
James version.
My skin way
That's-
better than yours,
That's
bro.
fine.
Don't try to
That's fine,
nobody,
but I
bro.
know my history.
And if I had a
You're
lighter-
studying an Arab man's religion.
Bro, you
I
said
am not
he's
an
not a
Arab.
white man.
I am a Jew. You are a Jew, and you're
12
studying
times-
an Arab man's religion.
That's
Bro,
right.
Islam is trash.
Fuck y'all, la ilaha illallah.
Islam is trash.
La
The
ilaha
next
Hey, we
Come on,
already
bring it
seen
out.
y'all Bible. Y'all got a King
The
James
Zondervan
Bible.
Compact Bible Dictionary,
Read that Bible.
page 86, King James Version. When Elizabeth died in 1603, the crown passed to James I, who had been king of Scotland for 37 years. James IV, several months after he ascended the throne of England, he authorized the new translation of the Bible.
It says King James authorized the new translation of the Bible. Why? Because the Bible was written in Latin and Greek, okay? And Hebrew. He's talking about that the Bible is trash. We brought out so many prophecies in the Bible. You have yet to bring out a prophecy in the Quran. That's right. It's trash. Go take a walk. Go take a hike.
Shut the fuck up, man.
The Bible, the Quran is trash. The Quran. That's right. Read.
How come our book ain't been changed to yours?
47 of the best Hebrew and Greek scholars of the day when divided into 6 groups.
Hebrew and Greek, y'all speaking
for the
English.
Old
You sound dumb
Testament,
as sin.
2
You
for
got-
the
you got-
New, and 1 for the Apocrypha.
That's all I need right there. Go to Matthew 26.
That's a fucking
We about to
book in
wrap it
English language.
up. Like I said,
Why you-
the Most
Hey,
High called the Quran trash.
That's right.
It's trash. Let's read so we can get out of here.
The Quran way better than your
Chapter
book, and I
26
stand on that
and
by
verse 6.
myself.
Now when Jesus
La
was in
ilaha
Bethany,
illallah.
in the house of
All
Simon the
these
leper,
right here is
there
Muslims.
came
All
unto him
that
a
shit
woman.
y'all talking about.
Hold
Knock it
on.
off.
Now you see what happened, right?
And your character
It was
fucked
nothing
up.
to come and listen to the Bible.
Islam is la ilaha-
That's a damn shame, bro. That's the only time they want to come and see something is
That's
when
why-
some conflict
Bro, they
happens.
gave you the fucking Bible,
Because
you
the
idiot.
Negro is used to conflict. When we out here trying to raise y'all up, y'all walking around talking about what was all that energy at when the officers was out here bringing out the history?
Nigga, Muslims
Where
is
was
the
it
reason
at?
that y'all free now anyway.
Read,
It's
bro,
only
come on,
Muslims wanna
read.
get some
There
American
came unto him a woman
Y'all
having
got a
an
white
alabaster
teeth.
box
I know y'all
of
ain't got
precious
white teeth, so I'm
ointment
about to say.
and poured it on his head
Poured it on his head, read.
as he sat at meat. But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, To what purpose is this witch?
So his disciples felt that this sister was wasting his precious oil. Read.
For this ointment might have been sold for much.
Because they said the ointment might have been sold for much. Read.
And given to the poor. When Jesus understood it, he said unto them, Why trouble ye the woman?
Christ said, leave that woman alone.
Read. For she had wrought a good work upon me.
This sister is working a good work upon me. Read.
For ye have the poor always with you.
So Christ said, you always going to have the poor with you even after I die. Read.
But me you have not.
Brother, he's talking about there's no J, but I bet you he has a job.
That's
Read.
because you in
For in
America.
that she had poured out this ointment on my body. She did it for my burial.
It says she did this for my burial. Read.
Verily I say unto you,
Way better than y'all.
wheresoever this gospel
It's
shall
like
be
100
preached,
y'all.
Whenever we teach this gospel, whether it's in
2.5
Baltimore,
billion Muslims
whether
in the
it's in
world. Senegal,
overseas.
99%
Black power while Haram was pushed But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.